So there's an emotional piece to this, that your energy is placed correctly, but also that your time is placed correctly and the use of your time, right, is making sense. So I think we shared this actually with you last time, but just it bears repeating, right? Business owners who spend at least 40% of their time on marketing and sales grow their revenue 60% faster than those who don't.
So what that means is, when we're figuring you guys are operating within a 40-hour work week. So if that's the case, and we're saying, you know, you're going to have to spend 50% on sales and marketing to really lock this down, that's 20 hours a week that you're spending on activities generating leads and closing sales. So we want to introduce this concept of time batching, because this is a huge
Absolutely.
one.
And I think as you begin to time batch, you need to know it's going to take you a minimum of 3 hours a day to market your business. A minimum of 3 hours a day. You heard me right? And in case you passed out or you feel like you've lost an incredible amount of oxygen, right? Here's the truth. So if you're also someone that's been trying this isn't brand new to you. Most research shows that people spend about 3 hours a week on their marketing and sales. And the successful businesses spend 3 hours a day. You got to flip that switch right now. I know what it takes. James knows what it takes. So if you are somebody that's working a day job, then you're my kind of entrepreneur. I worked a 60-hour-a-week day job while I built this. And so I know it's possible, but the time batching and being a good steward of your time and energy is paramount, right?
So, and that's the thing we got to bring up. If you are working a full-time job right now, let's say it's a 40-hour a week, just to say, in your job, and you're like, oh, but I got to grow my business. You know what? You bring it into the areas where you can, and you adjust these numbers accordingly.
You do.
And it just means that the business is going to grow a bit slower.
And you're going to work weekends, and you're going to work evenings, and you just will. My coach said something to me amazing. One of my very first coaches, he said, wake up an hour earlier for 1 year of your life, 365 days, and you won't recognize your life in a year. I hate mornings. It's one of my things. I'm not a morning person. And I used to get up around 7:30, and for 365 days, I got up at 6 o'clock, and I had grown a 6-figure business. And my entire life looked different. You can find the hours. Even if it's just adding 1 hour a day, it's essential that you make the time, you make marketing a priority, you make sales a priority, and there's a lot of things that are draining your time. So let's talk about that.
So, and we'll do this really quick, is basically, you know, I think people know when, I'm going to tell you what my wife and I call it.
What?
Twinkie farting.
This is something he says all the time. And
it is what it is. It's wasting your time. It's Twinkie, it's empty of calories, and it stinks. It's a Twinkie fart. So a lot of you guys know where you're Twinkie farting your time. You're surfing online. You're putzing around on Facebook. You know, there's a lot of activities that when you unpack it.
And then we can get more tangible. You're doing your own laundry for a family of 4, and if you paused and went, oh my gosh, there's a place or someone who'll come in and do it for $10 an hour, and I could spend $40 a week, I could get 4 hours of marketing time back, right? You just got to get ruthless with what is draining your time that's not necessary.
And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of suggestions inside of the action guide of where the time drains are, and honestly, you just kind of have to be ruthless and just start scratching those things off and be disciplined.
We've got a list of things we're doing. Stop doing the things you hate. Stop or reduce volunteering time, not because you're not an amazing human being. Imagine when you get your business up and running, the time that you're going to be able to give extra time to that charity or to that organization. Plus, you're also going to be able to bring a check with you. They're going to double love you. You'll probably own the organization. Get a babysitter. Social media self-control. Stop wasting time on Facebook. Email self-control. Only look at emails during predetermined scheduled times once or twice a day, and turn off the notifications that keep distracting you. Reduce TV time. Guys, I love Netflix. I love TV, and when it's crunch time, I go, Suzanne, The reason they invented Netflix was for entrepreneurs, because we can't watch the reason the DVR and then Netflix, right? Because we can never catch something at the real time, so it'll be there later. Reduce time spent, consuming news. Although I'm a big believer in the more relevant you are, the more it's going to serve you. But when you're using it for
going
real
down
use
a rabbit hole
and
of darkness.
Yeah. Reduce time playing games and BSing, right? So there's only 3 things that you should be spending the majority of your time on: delivering your service, getting leads, and closing sales.
Yeah.